We wish you were never born. The words dropped heavy across the room, louder than the clinking glasses and polite laughter of the party. Everyone froze. My parents stood tall, smiling faintly, like they'd rehearsed the line. And me? I stood taller. "If that is what you wish," I said, my voice steady, "then consider me as if I never existed." I set my glass down, walked out, and didn't look back. 30 minutes later, 21 missed calls. Panic, desperation, regret. But by then, the damage was already in motion. I grew up in a house where love was conditional. My achievements, never enough. My failures, amplified, paraded, punished. Dad's words were always sharp, surgical. Mom's were worse, soft, venomous, designed to sink in. But I stayed, because children always hope. We hope they'll notice us, protect us, love us. We wait for crumbs, mistaking them for meals. It took me years to see the truth. I was never their child. I was their project, their disappointment, their excuse. The shift came when I found the documents. They'd siphoned money from accounts in my name, loans, debt, even my scholarship fund, cashed out without my signature. I confronted them once. They laughed. "Family shares everything," Dad said. "Stop being ungrateful," Mom added. That night, I stopped being their child. I became their reckoning. The party was my stage. Their audience, friends, business partners, the community they craved approval from. When they humiliated me in front of everyone, I didn't break. I played my line, walked out, and waited. Because I'd already set the trap. For months, I'd been gathering evidence. Bank statements, forged signatures, emails they thought they'd deleted. Every secret neatly cataloged. And the final piece? The silent partners in their business. Investors who had no idea their money was being laundered through shell accounts in my name. I gave it all to the right hands. Prosecutors, journalists, whistleblowers eager to tear down the perfect couple. All it needed was timing. And the party was perfect. 30 minutes after I left, the first article went live. Fraud allegations, misappropriated funds, anonymous sources, me. Phones buzzed around the dining table. Whispers spread. Faces turned cold. My parents must have felt it, the ground shifting beneath their feet. The perfect image cracking, their empire trembling. That's when the missed calls started. First one, then another, then a flood. But I let them ring. Because ghosts don't answer phones. By morning, the story had grown teeth. Accounts frozen, investigations launched. Their so-called friends vanished like smoke. At noon, police cars idled in front of the house. Neighbors peeked through curtains. Reporters gathered on the lawn. And my parents, the ones who wished I'd never been born, begged for the existence of the child they erased. They tried to call me their alibi, their partner, their proof of innocence. But remember, I didn't exist. The confrontation came in court. I sat in the back row, silent, while prosecutors presented the evidence. My evidence. Dad's face was stone, jaw clenched, sweat at his temple. Mom's hands trembled as the exhibits stacked higher. When the prosecutor mentioned the forged loans in my name, their heads snapped toward me. Desperation in their eyes. I didn't blink, didn't smile, didn't move. Just let them feel the weight of silence. The silence of a child who never existed. Was it revenge? Yes. But it was also justice. Because they didn't just steal money, they stole years, confidence, peace, the chance at a childhood. I couldn't get those back, but I could make sure they lost everything they valued. Their reputation, their power, their comfort. Now, when I think of that night, the party, the words, the wine in Mom's glass. I don't feel pain. I feel precision. They declared me non-existent, and I delivered. To the world, they are criminals, frauds, parents who betrayed their own blood. And me? I live free, unburdened, reborn. They wanted me gone, now I am. And in the void I left behind, they finally learned what it feels like to lose something they can never get back. That is the cost of wishing away a child. So when people ask if I ever spoke to them again, I answer with the same calm I had that night. No, because I don't exist.